one of those players on your team. You need one of those enforcers. Every good player, by the way, every good player, every good team that is a super duper star. Most of the time have enforcer type players.
There's an electric vibe in the air, a palpable sense of renewal that's hard to ignore. It feels like a gust of fresh wind sweeping through the Indiana Fever's training camp, carrying with it a promise of change, unity, and unyielding determination. I've lost track of the days, maybe it's day 5, maybe day 6, but the exact number doesn't matter. What matters is the energy. It's infectious, invigorating, and dare I say, transformative. Everyone here is aligned, driven by a shared purpose. There are no egos clashing, no hidden agendas. Instead, there's a collective commitment to doing what's best for the team. It's the kind of atmosphere that makes you believe in the power of teamwork. And let me tell you, it's nothing short of exhilarating. This isn't just about basketball. It's about building something special, something that resonates beyond the court. The players, the coaches, the staff, they're all in it for the right reasons. They're here to elevate the game, to protect their own, and to rewrite the narrative that has for too long been marred by petty rivalries and overlooked aggressions. If you've been following the Women's National Basketball Association, WNBA, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
You know what? This is just like a breath of fresh air. I'm not kidding. I think it's been day 5, day 6. I don't even know what day it is, to be honest. But it's just everyone's in it for the right reason. Everyone's in it. You have great energy. You have great people. And you have...
Last season, we witnessed a troubling pattern that shocked fans and analysts alike: the relentless targeting of Indiana Fever's rookie sensation, Caitlyn Clark. But that era is over. A new chapter has begun, and at the heart of it is a 6'1" dynamo, a Taekwondo black belt with a sharpshooter's precision and a warrior's spirit, Sophie Cunningham. In this deep dive, we're going to unpack Sophie Cunningham's arrival at the Indiana Fever, her bold declaration to protect her teammates, and why she's quickly becoming the team's secret weapon against those who dare to challenge their star. We'll analyze her training camp highlights, dissect her interviews, and explore how her presence is reshaping the WNBA landscape. If you're as excited as we are about Sophie's game-changing role, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and drop CC and Sophie in the comments below. Let's dive into how Sophie Cunningham is shaking up the league and standing up to the bullies, one fearless play at a time. The Caitlyn Clark conundrum, a rookie.
Going on right now. Caitlyn Clark says she got cheap shotted against the sky. I mean, throughout the season, she's been getting beat up. Hard screens, elbows,
Under fire. To understand why Sophie Cunningham's arrival is such a big deal, we need to rewind to last season, when Caitlyn Clark burst onto the WNBA scene as the most hyped rookie in league history. Her college career at Iowa had been nothing short of legendary: record-breaking performances, jaw-dropping long-range shots, and a flair for the dramatic that made her a household name. Fans couldn't wait to see her translate that magic to the professional stage, and the excitement was palpable. The Indiana Fever, a franchise desperate for a spark, had pinned their hopes on Clark to lead them into a new era. But the honeymoon phase didn't last long. As the season unfolded, a disturbing trend emerged. Opponents weren't just playing tough defense against Clark. They were targeting her with an intensity that went beyond competitive spirit. The statistics paint a stark picture. A staggering 17% of all flagrant fouls in the WNBA last season were directed at Clark. Let that sink in. One rookie, navigating a league filled with seasoned veterans, was the target of nearly 1/5 of the league's most dangerous infractions. This wasn't a coincidence. It was a calculated effort to rattle her, to test her resilience, and some might argue to diminish her shine.
They try so long to get respect for women's basketball, and then they treat it like a junior high school girl's locker room. Junior high school girl antics.
Game after game, Clark faced a gauntlet of physical challenges. Hard screens that felt more like body checks. Elbows thrown with just enough subtlety to avoid ejection. Knocks to the floor that left her wincing but determined to get up. These weren't isolated incidents. They formed a pattern, one that became undeniable to anyone watching closely. Opponents weren't just trying to stop Clark's scoring. They were sending a message, attempting to intimidate a young star who threatened to redefine the league's hierarchy. The most egregious offenders stood out like sore thumbs. Angel Reese, a fierce competitor known for her physicality, became Clark's most visible antagonist. Reese combined relentless defense with a steady stream of trash talk, aiming to throw Clark off her game. But the incident that truly set social media ablaze involved Kennedy Carter, whose shoulder check on Clark during a fast break was less a basketball play and more a deliberate statement. The clip went viral, sparking heated debates about sportsmanship, fairness, and the treatment of rising stars. These weren't just fouls. They were attempts to unsettle Clark, to turn her meteoric rise into a battle for survival. Adding insult to injury, the officiating often failed to protect Clark. Fouls that would have been called for other players were inexplicably ignored, allowing the aggression to persist unchecked.
And if it ain't gonna be me, Michelle Rappaport, like, where is Charlize Oakley? Doesn't her team have like a Zavaria McDaniels or a Rakisha Mahorn?
The Fever's response was strategic and deliberate. This wasn't about signing a few extra scorers or hoping Clark would tough it out. It was about constructing a roster designed to shield their star while sending a clear message to the rest of the WNBA. Targeting Caitlyn Clark would no longer be tolerated. The team needed an enforcer, someone with the skill, experience, and fearlessness to set boundaries on the court. They needed a player who could back up their words with actions, someone who wouldn't hesitate to confront aggressors head-on. Enter Sophie Cunningham, a 6'1" sharpshooter with a reputation for toughness and a Taekwondo black belt to boot. Cunningham wasn't just joining the Fever. She was stepping into a role that the team desperately needed, the league's new enforcer. Her arrival marked a turning point, a shift from reactive frustration to proactive protection. The Fever weren't just building a team. They were erecting a fortress around their star, and Cunningham was the cornerstone of that defense. Sophie Cunningham, the enforcer, the Fever needed.
She needs like a goon on her team, because when your star player that's bringing so much money, so much attention to the league, and it's a collective, it's a bunch of them, it's been brewing.
Sophie Cunningham is no stranger to the spotlight. A veteran of the WNBA, she's built a career on her deadly three-point shooting, a career 37, 8% from beyond the arc, and her unrelenting competitive spirit. But what sets Cunningham apart isn't just her stat line, it's her mentality. She's a warrior, unafraid of confrontation and fiercely loyal to her teammates. Her background in Taekwondo has instilled a discipline and physicality that translates seamlessly to the basketball court, making her the perfect candidate to take on the role of Clark's protector. When Cunningham arrived at the Fever's training camp, she didn't waste time with platitudes. During her first media session, reporters expected the usual cliches about new beginnings and team goals. Instead, Cunningham delivered a message that reverberated across the basketball world. "I'm here to prevent cheap shots at our players. That stops now." In an era where athletes often stick to polished, PR-approved statements, Cunningham's bluntness was a thunderclap. It was a declaration of intent, a promise to her teammates, and a warning to the league. The days of targeting Caitlyn Clark without consequence were over. Cunningham's words weren't just rhetoric, they were backed by a resume that speaks for itself. Throughout her career, she's earned a reputation for standing up to opponents and protecting her teammates, whether through a well-timed shove or a verbal challenge.
Winners, people who know how to compete, people who want to win, and put that together with experience, people who have championships. And so when you have that type of combination, and us kind of young bucks, I'm kind of a tweener.
Her physical presence, 6'1", athletic and unafraid, makes her a formidable deterrent. But it's her mental toughness that truly sets her apart. Cunningham doesn't just react to aggression. She anticipates it, positioning herself to neutralize threats before they escalate. In training camp, Cunningham wasted no time putting her words into action. Practice footage shows her orchestrating the Fever's defense like a seasoned conductor, calling out screens, directing teammates, and ensuring Clark is never caught off guard. Her vocal leadership transforms the team's defensive setup, creating an early warning system that allows Clark to focus on her offense without constantly looking over her shoulder. It's a level of awareness and communication that elevates the entire team, making them more cohesive and confident on the court. Beyond protection, Cunningham's multifaceted impact. While Cunningham's role as an enforcer is critical, her value to the Fever goes far beyond physicality. Her basketball skills complement Clark's game in ways that make the team exponentially more dangerous. As a sharpshooter, Cunningham forces defenders to respect her range, creating space for Clark to operate. Her high basketball IQ allows her to anticipate threats and make smart decisions under pressure, whether it's switching on defense or finding the open player on a fast break. Cunningham's versatility is another key asset. She's comfortable playing multiple positions, from point guard to power forward, giving the Fever endless lineup options. This adaptability confuses opponents, who struggle to game plan against a player who can seamlessly shift roles. In scrimmages, Cunningham has been seen running the point, directing traffic, and delivering pinpoint passes to teammates like Lexi Hull and Jaylen Brown. Her ability to spot up on the wing and knock down threes adds another dimension, ensuring that defenses can't afford to ignore her. Off the court, Cunningham is fostering a culture of unity and mutual support.
And then you have the vets, you know, you're just trying to be a sponge, you're trying to learn, you're trying to be good now, but at the end of the day, you're trying to be the best when it's preseason, right? And so that's why you have those vets, is so you can learn from them. They've been around the game for a
She's vocal about the importance of building relationships, emphasizing that strong off-court bonds translate to better chemistry during games. Her leadership is already rubbing off on her teammates, who are embracing a protective mindset of their own. This isn't just about one enforcer, it's about a team that refuses to let anyone be targeted or isolated. The Fever are becoming a unit, a collective force that's greater than the sum of its parts.
Everyone knows that we have something special here. I think a lot of teams have a lot of teams that are special, a lot of rosters that are special, but can you put it together? Can you put aside your agendas? Can you come into work every single day when you're tired, when you're sore?